the official announcement has actually come out now. With this announcement, there's really nothing incredibly new, but there was two things that kind of caught my eye a little bit. They're saying that cross-platform play is supported, which does not mesh with what they have said previously in some of the early interviews. But with that, I think what may have happened is it was supposed to launch in November of 22, and then they pushed it into first half of 23, and maybe that gave them more time to work out some of the technical details. We'll go over that here in a bit. The other thing I want to talk about is this mention of action combat here. I'm highly skeptical of this. I think the cross-platform stuff could be very possible. I'm very skeptical of action combat unless they have drastically changed the combat, because I'm going to show you the part of my Everything Known video where I list all the reasons. And there are many reasons. You can count how many there are, because I don't know, but you can watch that and then tell me that all the things that would have had to change for this to go back to an action combat game, it'd be a lot. So I'm a little worried that they made an error here. And not that it's a huge thing, it's just a bit of nomenclature, right? But at the same time, it's not the best look for a giant company like this to make an error like that in their official announcement. And while I'm excited about Throne and Liberty, I'm also maybe the most objective person you'll ever find. I call it like it is, and if they made a mistake, I'm going to mention it. So first, about the crossplay part of it, this was an interview from back in April of 22. Will crossplay be supported? They said they tried to implement it, but there were limitations. Service providers, console companies saw it as unrealistic plan due to problems such as concurrent patching. They also said issues with it's unfair to one side or the other. If they're playing together, one side might have an advantage. I think maybe they figured these issues out with all the extra time that they have had, because they got delayed for, like I said, like 6 months or more with trying to find a Western publisher. And so the game's done. The devs probably didn't have much else to do, but maybe they worked on this during that time. This is on to the tab and action part. I'm just going to play this. It's a lot simpler if I just play it for you guys, and it explains everything very well. Continuing with what we can dissect from the UI, I got some kickback for saying this MMO looks tab target to me. But from the UI, we see multiple options to lock onto targets. In the console UI, it even says use L1 to switch targets. Also from the PC and console UIs, we see a target lock indicator on the selected target. And from the gameplay videos, we see player projectiles always landing dead center on the target. And I have yet to see a targeting reticule for a free aim skill. We can see a tab target style circle under targeted mobs as well. Plus, the developers themselves stated that the game uses a targeting method during one of the first interviews, which is another way of saying lock on targeting. So at the very least, this MMO has some form of soft locked targeting, but I am pretty convinced it uses full on hard lock targeting, especially when you consider it has a console version and some form of mobile compatibility and autoplay functionality, which is easier to make work with lock-on targeting. And the enemy target frames as well suggest tab targeting. As for classes in Throne of Liberty, so that's a lot of things. I don't know how many things that was that I listed there, but there's a lot of different things that are kind of built around tab target. So now if they're saying it's action, that means a lot of things would have had to change in the very short amount of time, because a lot of that footage came from the most recent video, the director's preview. It's not old footage. So for me, I think that that's probably wrong. I think that this is probably wrong, which is, kind of a big error to make. Most people aren't going to notice it, but I'll notice it because I just finished making that document, which is extremely extensive, and a lot of you guys have seen that. So that's all I have for this video. Just wanted to quickly cover that. I know a lot of people have covered it already, but just wanted to put my spin on it. If you guys liked the video, give me a subscription. We're flying through subscribers. I think I did my 800 subscribers community post yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. I can't even remember. Time's kind of flying right now. And we're already approaching 900. I've never had growth like this, so it's very exciting to see. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.